We'd gone for a walk. It was very cold. I must have been about 10, maybe 11. She sat on a bench, and I knew that something was wrong. She said, "Mummy's ill." And then she began to cough, and then blood started to come out of her mouth. I asked her if she was going to die. There was blood everywhere. The snow on the ground was turning red. Except, it wasn't blood. It was rose petals. Deep, dark red petals, smooth like velvet, smelling so sweet, the sweetest smell I ever smelled. I haven't seen my mother since.
It's been with us for a long time. It knows no boundaries. It spares no one. It's mysterious. It's romantic. It's deadly. This is its story. Hanahaki disease, the illness of flowers.
It's very simple. Patients complain that they're in love with someone who doesn't love them back, and shortly after they begin to cough up flower petals.
Dr. Guerrera is Professor of Immunology at Uxbridge University in the UK. She's currently the foremost expert on Hanahaki disease. She's here to help us uncover the secrets of Hanahaki, and to tell us about her struggle to conquer the illness of flowers.
A formal diagnosis of Hanahaki disease requires the presence of psychological symptoms of unrequited love and of three main physiopathological tangible criteria. First, floral expectoration, coughing up flowers, then some subtle anomalies of the B and T cells in the blood, and finally the presence of invasive cardiopulmonary nodules. The nodules look like a myriad tiny seeds scattered around the heart and lungs. In the imaging they look like diamond dust. In some strange, sinister way, this is a beautiful disease. The Japanese talk about mono no aware, the beauty of evanescent, transient things, such as cherry blossoms scattered by the wind.
Our story begins at the Tokyo Medical School in Japan. This is where Professor Aoike Yasuko and her team completed the first landmark study of Hanahaki and moved our understanding of the disease from the realm of poetry and mythology to the citadel of science.
We came from all over the world. I just finished my postdoc at Princeton Plainsboro, and they put me in charge of the organic tissue samples, the flowers. There was so much we didn't know, scientifically speaking. It was a very exciting time. Professor Aoike was awe-inspiring. All that I've learned and done in this field, I owe it to her.
Hanahaki's reputation for having a strange, sinister beauty is due to its mysterious link with unrequited love. Hanahaki invariably begins with this kind of heartbreak. In the Japanese technical term, kato moi.
The link between kato moi, one-sided love, and Hanahaki is undeniable, but its mechanisms remain baffling. Only a small minority of kato moi sufferers developed Hanahaki. Importantly, someone may experience kato moi several times without consequences, only to develop Hanahaki abruptly. There's no discernible pattern.
There is only one 100% effective and safe cure for Hanahaki: being loved back, or falling out of love. Unfortunately, neither happens very often. The medical tools at our disposal are limited and flawed, but we don't have much of a choice. If we don't intervene, the prognosis is invariably fatal. The patient deteriorates, undergoes catastrophic system failure, and dies.
Standard treatment for Hanahaki disease involves surgical intervention to remove the cardiopulmonary nodules. The procedure is tricky since the nodules are tiny, diffuse, and very numerous. The surgical treatment of Hanahaki is notorious for the magnitude and impact of its adverse effects.
Quality of life is severely impacted. Patients present profound neurological impairment, flat or inappropriate affect, dissociation, personality changes, and possible paranoid ideation. I'd kill it.
In common parlance, patients are referred to as lifeless robots because they never experience love or affection again, withdraw from normal social activities, and become bitter recluses. From the torment of unrequited love to the depth of an icy abyss.
I haven't seen my mother since.
Other approaches have been taken, but they come at a terrible price.
Good evening. Earlier today, Anna Karen Slatker and Oren Scrivello have been found guilty of medical malpractice and grievous bodily harm. They have been struck off the medical register and charged with manslaughter. The notorious medical duo had devised an unauthorized experiment on a group of Hanahaki patients. These patients were subjected to repeated blood transfusions, which tragically resulted in the death of 35 people.
But there's exciting news on the horizon. A group of scientists working for a prominent international military organization have developed an